Hey, everybody, we are live again for our Surviving Quarantine by Spreading Life. And today we have Coach Dr. Dominique with us again. And as we were talking prior to this, it's just both of us, I feel like we were talking about how our energies kind of just feel like, it's kind of depleted today. And being real about that too and transparent about it is like, I guess my thing that I had on here, I was telling her prior to this, is that I was listening to a sermon and it was talking about how it's okay to be afraid. A lot of times it's like, don't be afraid, don't do this. But the thing is that fear is real and that we also need to allow it and acknowledge it, but also don't let it drive our lives. And so I think that was a good, segue into something that I think that we need to talk about, and that's what's your why? Like, why do we do what we do? Because I found for me, that's how it gives me energy and passion to continue to go. So before we get started, of course, Coach Dr. Dominique, if you can introduce yourself.
Okay. I'm an educator, a life coach, and also a basketball coach. I reside here in the lovely state of Texas. I have my doctorate degree in educational leadership. Let's see. I have fur babies. I'm a person, I just love to empower people, to come alongside of people to help them reach their goals, and just passionate about, allowing, working together to help people just walk through life. So it's a little bit about me.
Awesome. And I appreciate that. And I love to hear from you because you always seem to have such life giving. And that's what this is about. It's spreading life to others. And also, if anybody has any comments throughout this, questions, feel free to leave them in the banner or in the comments below. And I'm also bad at saying this too. Make sure you subscribe, like whatever you have to do on the social media, just to get it out to more people. Share it if you can, because we want to continue to spread the message and tell us who's here and who's listening. We want to know. So let's get started. What's your why? Why should we care what our why is, Dr. Dominique?
I think it's important to care and understand what your why is, because I believe that when you know that and understand that, it's what in life. I can speak for myself. There was a time where I didn't know my why. So I felt like I was living purposeless in my life, just going through life every day, not really knowing why I was doing what I was doing, just doing things. But I think when you know your why, your passion, and what it is that's driving you, you tend to move about life a lot differently. So I think that's why it's very important to understand and to know your why.
Awesome. And I agree. I feel like the why aspect of it makes a full difference on making sure that it's Simon Sinek. Simon Sinek always says, start with why. And at first I'm like, why do we need to do that? But it's because it's connected back and how our brain is actually designed. It's actually closer to our memory. And so whenever we can connect something to a memory, to a passion, to something, we're more likely to live it out. So what are some things that people can do in the process to actually live out their why, or to even find their why?
I think some things that you could do to figure out your why, is one thing is take notes, really start to write down things that give you like a moment, but that really get you excited.
I think we're having some
kids, you have
technical
like
errors.
kids, those different things, because those could be some of the things passionate about. The way that you start to understand what your why is.
You there? Okay.
Is it working?
No, you're fine. There's a
So
little bit of
I
a
think,
delay.
oh, okay. And maybe my internet too. Since, we've been at home so much, I feel like each day is different. So I do apologize.
No, you're fine.
But just what I was saying is really just start to sit down and take notes on things that really get you excited, that move you, that, you feel motivated by, things that don't seem to drain your energy. I would say you would start there to try to help to figure out what your why is and what you're passionate about.
Mm-hmm. And that's something today that I've done is take notes to be reflective on what I was listening to and how I was feeling. And like I said earlier, I just was like in a down day. And I was blessed to have some people reach out and ask me. It's like, okay, a lot of people come to you for their problems or their stuff, like, but how do you deal with it? And that was something, and like really deal with it. Let's just not give like the PC answer, but that really inspired me and kept me going, and knowing that people are out there that care on that aspect, which that's why I love y'all. I love the coaches, because that is what y'all do, and I love that y'all give that. But this is a note that I wrote today for me, because I don't like to say that it's uncertain, because there are some things that are certain, like my attitude, but it's the control aspect I have issues with. And so whenever I try to put it back to a bigger why, I release control a little bit more. And this is what it was led for me. It says, when you are still scared, there's a difference in being aware versus being afraid. And there's a fine line between the two. Sometimes we feel more familiar in the state of fear than we are in the state of faith because of past experiences. The difference is you can let fear be a passenger in your car, but it can't be the driver. And eventually you will need to drop it off at the right timing, as it's just taking your gas money. And so with that, I think that's something for me, is like my why is something that is dealt with my faith. And so for me, that's the bigger picture of being the purpose or the person that I feel like I'm supposed to be, the living out as a Christian. But for other people, how can they let their why kind of drive them, and while still acknowledging that fear it's in the car with them, and it's okay to be in the car with them?
Mm-hmm. I think the way that you can to allow your why, is about through it and feeling filled. So I think that, you can continue to allow your why to drive you is knowing things you're wanting to do, driving you, and that you're passionate about. In your tank, just going back to the tank is gonna be full because you're doing things that feel fulfilled in doing, and that it's satisfying you. It's continuing to motivate you, keep you energized.
Mm-hmm.
That's a continue to knowing that building, doing something that you're enjoying, filling you and keeping your tank.
I agree. And I'll tell you that I know there's a lot of lag here, so sorry for that, anybody that's watching. But what we'll do is we will just go ahead and we'll open up the comments. And if anybody has any comments in this time, feel free to drop them. And then also in this space, I know that we're having some internet and technical issues, but here's the beauty of it. You can actually talk to Coach Dr. Dominique one-on-one on your own, as well, to have this life-giving advice. It is, if you go to www.worksby.com/Coach Dominique, you can meet with her. Again, we're waiving all of our fees until the end of April, because we want to give back, and we know that's needed right now more than ever. And how to also get to them or the other coaches that we have is go to www.worksby.com/give back to you. So, and that's the thing, there's grace in this, because reality is this is how life is going today. It's like, it's not perfect. It's technology. So I appreciate the grace. I appreciate people allowing us to even be able to listen to us. So we're appreciative of that. So tune in tomorrow. We will have Darren with us. He is from Columbia Sportswear, and he's awesome. He's one of my good friends, but he is also somebody that is a life giver. And so I'm excited for y'all to hear him later today. So tune in then. And if you need anything, feel free to reach out to us again at worksby.com/give back to you. Have an awesome and blessed day.